there was quite a few now. We used to go up to Downpatrick. There was a singing club in Downpatrick. We used to go up to Belleek. What do you call it? Portadown. I remember a particular weekend, Kieran Carson, the poet, the Northern Ireland poet, he used to run sessions, probably with other people, but I think he was the front man for sessions, and he'd hold them in different parts of the north. And they were great weekends. Yeah. And he had one particular weekend in Belleek. I think it was the Carlton Hotel was the centre of it. And BJ's, we were only 2 weeks out of it and it was blown up, you know. But there was we had a great weekend up there. That was in the early 80s. I remember we were after arriving up there and we had our rooms in the hotel and went in there on Friday and didn't leave the hotel until the last thing Sunday night, you know. Hadn't ventured outside the doors of it. And I always remember Brian Murphy from Forkhill, who was among one of the organisers of the Forkhill Mullabon weekend. And that's another place where we met great singers and lovely people, apart from the singing, you know, the great Jerry O'Hanlon and Lord of Mercy. I remember up in Belleek and Jesus, we were in rag order because the sessions would go on until it was getting bright in the morning, you know. 4 and 5 in the morning, and some of the lads didn't, and this is true to God, didn't bother going to bed, you know. Just falling asleep on the couches that were lying around the hotel, and then not even rinsing their faces, getting back into it, you know. And it was literally like that, and that's no exaggeration. And I remember it was on Sunday afternoon, and Brian Murphy was at the bar, and I went over to him. And I really felt I wanted a little bit of fresh air. Not much, but I wanted a bit of fresh air, you know. And I went over to Brian, and we were having a drink. And I said to him, "Jeez, Brian, would you be interested in going for a bit of a walk?" You know? And he says, "Do you mean outside?" Oh, so forget it. Jeez, forget it, you know. So we just had a few drinks. But, yeah, we used to have great fun, you know. Because late in the night, there would be a bit of music as well. There'd be a couple of fiddles taken out and whistles and all that. It wasn't just all singing, but we used to have great gas. And, of course, through Tom Munnelly, I was introduced to Tom Lenihan. We went down specifically, the club went down specifically one year to listen to Tom outside of a concert there or a festival scenario, you know. And we met a famous fiddler who was a friend of his from Clare. Yeah. Junior Crane and all that. He was a great friend. They were lifelong friends. And Tom Lenihan, to this day, is one of my favourite singers. The man could sing with such ease and with such meaning, you know. And I used to be astounded at people like him. And he was as like Tom Graney. He was a man of his era, his cap and waistcoat and tie. And I don't know whether he was a pipe smoker or not, I'm not too sure. I think he was a pipe smoker. Yeah, that's what the Góilín introduced me to on our trips to the country, you know. Up to Derry, to Joe Mulhern. And we were all around the north, down south too. And then there was the great singing weekends. The club went to, we'd organise a bus or whatever down to Ennistimon organised, of course, by Tom Munnelly mainly, you know. Great singing down there. Tom, what's that elderly man? Who? Con Graney, yeah. The great Tom Graney, yeah. Singing there in front of the library. You can still see him. He was a big, big man. He must have been huge. Even in old age, he was a big, straight man. You know, real old-fashioned with his suit and waistcoat and tie and his cap all day. You know, he never took his cap off. And him and his daughter. And he absolutely amazed me because I've heard him singing. He'd sing all day. He listened as well, but he mainly sang. You know, he was mainly a singer, you know, but he listened. But he could sing all day without breaking down any song. I never heard anyone like him. You know, and he had, you know, countless songs. And he never broke down any songs, to my knowledge, and my experience. And he'd be drinking pints all day, and there'd be absolutely no sign of that. I'm not condemning the man or anything like it. That was his way. He was a big man. He was able for his drink. I saw him drinking from early morning to early at night. And when you see him last thing at night, it was just as you saw him first thing in the morning. He was still drinking his pints and singing his songs. He knew them inside out and backwards. And I saw him down there. And I saw him in Dublin as well, Con Graney. Not everyone's cup of tea as such as a singer, but I liked him.